Welcome back to the shop, everybody. I hope you're doing well. What we've got today is a chair design loosely based on Hans Wegner's designs. He is an amazing modern Danish furniture designer. If you have a moment, I strongly encourage you to go Google him and look at some of the stuff he did. It's absolutely amazing. This one, like I said, is loosely based off some of his designs. It is nowhere near as complex or as fluid, but it is going to be still a really fun build to do. What you've got in front here is the basis for the legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect all this with bridle joints. The rear legs are going to have mitered bridle joints on them. In the background, you can see some cherry that's standing up on end. That's going to become the seat, and then we're going to actually hollow that out, carve it out with a router to make it actually a seat. The chair itself is a design, it's a gentleman's chair, they call it. The seat actually will flip up, and then you drape your pants over that. And then the back is designed to hold a jacket. And then underneath the seat, there's going to be a little compartment to put like your wallet and glasses and stuff. So really fun build. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a lot of exciting challenges, but all good ones. So let's get at it. So this is one of the legs that is sitting on its side. What I wanted to show you is I've done the layout lines for where I'm going to join the cross members that go across. So these cross members are going to sit like this. So we got to join those on there. You could do this several different ways. You could use traditional mortise and tenon joinery. You could use dowels if you had dowel jig. Nothing wrong with that. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use a domino jointer because I have one, and it's always good to use tools that I haven't used a ton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do stacked dominoes. I'm going to do 2 per unit, so it'll be an 8 in total. What I've done is I've marked out the lines where I want everything to sit within. I have the size of the domino that I'm going to use in there, which are 6mm by 40mm. So these are going to sit like this and go in there, and then we are going to cut the corresponding joints in there, or mortises I should say. So yeah, let's go over to the table, set up, and start making some sawdust. Okay, we are over at the table here, and what we've done is I've put the jointer, the domino jointer, on my center line. I've got two guides, kind of parallel guides, that are holding the center line on the center mark of my board, so I can just slide it back and forth wherever I want to make a plunge cut. So I'm going to bring it up to the edge, right about there. We will do our plunge cut. It's a little hard to use this unit in this position, I find. You have to go very, very slow because you try and force the cutter into the wood, especially in this position. This thing wants to lift because the cutter is pushing against it. You don't have as much force as you do when you're holding it down flat. So I'm going to cut it that way, and then I'm going to rotate the unit around so that it lines up with my other side like so, and then I will do my other plunge cut and then repeat on the other several pieces. Yeah, let's get at it. First dry fit of, let's say, 50 dry fits. Dry fit many times and glue once. So what we've got here in the bottom is our stretchers in place. Same methodology of joinery that I did for the upper ones. What we're going to do next is pull this all apart. We've got some curves to cut into these four corners, and then this piece at the bottom has a curve in it as well. Can't really see it on there. My pencil lines are pretty faint, but this will have a nice curve both on the underside and on the top. These ones will just have curves on the top. So yeah, we're going to pull this apart, go over to the bandsaw, and start cutting the curves. as you can see, we've made some progress. We have the chair base all glued up, assembled and glued. The only thing that isn't glued in place is this upright piece, which is basically cut into the two uprights. That's going to support the chair back that goes in there. I haven't glued that in yet. I glued and screwed it in because I want to cut this out first and make sure that everything's going to go together nicely. So I'll do it all in one time there. So this piece is what we're going to cut out next. This is going to get cut out on the bandsaw. We'll clean that up with a sander. And then we're going to dish this out using a router jig that I built out. So yeah, that's going to be a little exciting. I haven't used the jig before. In theory, it should work well, but as we know, sometimes theories don't go as well as they should. Anyway, let's get to it and start cutting this out. Time to mount the chair back support. I've added just a touch of glue, but the screws that I'm going to put in are going to do most of the work. So this goes in like so. And I want it just a tad proud. There we go. Just on the front edge, I'm going to make it just a little tiny bit proud. And then I'll sand the end grain flush. Yeah, that feels about right. Just because the end grain, I want it to match the front as close as I can. I'm just doing it by feel because I can feel the edge there, and I've got about a 32nd of an inch, maybe half a millimeter sticking out, which is about perfect. Now, put a couple of screws in there. And these holes are already pre-drilled. That is not going anywhere. Now we can flip that over, make sure there's no squeeze out going everywhere, and we can attach the actual chair back to the support. So here is the completed chair. Completed last night, put the finish on as you saw. The lid pops up like so on hinges, and then we'll rotate that around. And you can see on the interior what I did is I added some blue suede in there. I really like the bright pop of color. It's just glued down into hardboard and then the whole unit glued down onto the frame itself. And as discussed in the video previously, this is a valet chair or gentleman's chair. And what this is for is to have a place to hang your pants when you go to bed, as well your jacket as well. So that's the design and the intent behind the chair, is that's what it would look like. And then in the morning you would get up and put your clothes on and take all your stuff out from underneath. There's what it looks like with the bottom closed, and then head on, and obviously all the way around to the back. You can see I've matched the chair actually used a piece of the top to fill the screw holes in the back there that holds the back in piece. Yeah, really fun build. Really enjoyed it. Seldom hate being in the shop building stuff. This was not an exception to that rule. Once again, I hope you enjoyed watching me do this, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Once again, thanks for watching, and have a great day.